If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Batman: The Telltale Series is a 2016 episodic point-and-click graphic adventure video game, developed and published by Telltale Games and distributed by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment under its DC Entertainment label. The game is based on the DC comic books character of Batman, created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, though not tied into any previous adaptation of the work in film or other media. Upon its release, it received mixed reviews, which praised the atmosphere, action sequences, and faithfulness to the Batman mythos, but criticized it for its technical issues and plot. A second season, titled Batman: The Enemy Within, was released in 2017 and was viewed as an improvement over the original. Though Telltale Games shut down in 2018, the licenses for the Batman and The Enemy Within games were acquired by Athlon Games, and both games were re-released by LCG Entertainment under a new Telltale Games label as the combined Shadows Edition in December of 2019. The player takes the role of Batman both as the superhero and as the alter ego Bruce Wayne. The playtime is split evenly between them, though at times the game will offer a player a choice on whether to approach a situation as Wayne or as Batman. Despite differences in continuity, Batman fits closely with the comics, but his personality and actions are determined by the player's decision throughout the series. He could be a much more traditional and inspiring hero as Batman compared to the other versions of the Dark Knight, or much more aggressive and colder character that is how he is usually portrayed. The game's narrative offers a fresh interpretation of the universe set in current times, not tied to any existing iteration of Batman in the games, films, or comics, according to Telltale Games. The game is set a few years after Wayne decides to become Batman, giving them flexibility in their writing and gameplay to give the players some control on how they want to play the character without ties to any established narrative. The game features a branching narrative similar to past Telltale games, giving the player options to approach a situation and having that choice affect later events in the game. It also includes action sequences using quick-time events. The series also includes investigation sequences, allowing the player to use Batman's detective skills to progress the story. The story is set within Gotham. The city is infested with both crime and corruption. The time period which the series is set seems to be mid to the late 2010s, with technologies such as drones and smartphones being used by the characters. Though a majority of the plot takes place in various areas of the city, the player visits several different landmarks on multiple occasions, including Wayne Manor, the Batcave, Gotham City Hall, GCPD headquarters, and Arkham Asylum. The player protagonist of Batman is Bruce Wayne, voiced by Troy Baker, secretly also the titular character. He is the CEO of Wayne Enterprises and the heir to the Wayne fortune, who uses his wealth to fund activities as the vigilante. Wayne is assisted in operations by Alfred Pennyworth, voiced by N. Rattle, whose butler and former guardian, and Lucius Fox, voiced by David Fennoy, the head of the technology at Wayne Enterprises. Wayne is also friends with Harvey Dent, voiced by Travis Willingham, the district attorney and mayor candidate and associate of Vicky Vale, voiced by Erin Yvette, reporter of the Gotham Gazette. As Batman, he also receives occasional help from James Gordon, voiced by Murphy Geyer, a lieutenant in contact in the Gotham City Police Department, and Selena Kyle, Catwoman, voiced by Laurie Bailey, a skilled thief who works with him if their needs align. The main antagonists of the series are a terrorist organization called the Children of Arkham, led by a masked figure called Lady Arkham. Members of the group include Oswald Copperpot Penguin, voiced by Jason Spisak, and Roland Desmond Blockbuster. Common criminals appear in the game include Carmine Falcone, voiced by Richard McGonigal, the head of the Falcone crime family, and also Mayor Hamilton Hill, the corrupt mayor of Gotham City. Whilst at Arkham Asylum, the player also meets various inmates, including convicted serial killer Victor Zsasz, former ventriloquist Arnold Wesker, and the mysterious John Doe, voiced by Anthony Ingruber. Other characters that appear include GCPD Sergeant Renee Montoya, Commissioner Peter Grogan, Wayne Enterprises Chairwoman Regina Zellebach, and Gotham City News reporter Jack Ryder. Flashbacks feature Bruce's deceased parents, Thomas and Martha Wayne, and their murderer, Joe Chill. Kevin Bruner said that the game is similar in maturity to their previous titles, The Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead. The game was rendered using a non-photorealistic style inspired by the comic book artists Jim Lee, Greg Capullo, and Neil Adams. To meet this, Telltale updated the game's engine, the Telltale 2, to be able to produce improved rendering results. Batman became the first featured game to use the full implementation of the new tool. However, its development schedule was rushed, leading to some initial bugs on release, some of which were fixed a few weeks later. Now, I absolutely loved this game. I'm a massive Batman fan, but I really found this game captures the nuanced, layered aspects of the fantastic Batman character. Yes, it's its own version and deviates from the original stories, but then again, that's the point of the Batman character. It's almost an open arc. You can do with it what you will. And I think the creative team at Telltale Games at the time were bold, intuitive, and trying something new with these characters that we all know so well. At the end of the day though, the idea with any Batman story is that it needs to be dark, broody, introspective, insightful, mysterious, enigmatic, and downright intense, and I definitely feel the Telltale Games really got this aspect of the Batman character perfectly. The voice work here is absolutely superb. Troy Baker really captures both Bruce Wayne and Batman perfectly, just changing his tone ever so slightly, as is the wonderful voice work here once again from Laura Bailey as Selina Kyle. Erin Yvette is superb here as Vicky Vale, who of course it is later revealed she is Lady Arkham. A wonderful twist that I didn't see coming. I must also compliment Travis Willingham here as Harvey Dent. He really captures and understands the aspect of the two-faced split personality, going from the upright do-gooder Harvey Dent to the dark, twisted and angry two-faced persona. I like the introduction here of a new antagonist, most notably the Lady Arkham character. Her story is complex, fascinating and believable, and I love the idea that Vicky now was a member of the Arkham family whose parents were murdered by Thomas Wayne to keep his actions hidden, as of course it is revealed that Thomas Wayne had known associations with the corrupt Mayor Hill and Carmine Falcone, the famed mob boss. This is a beautiful twist now to make the Wayne family actually bad, and to lead Bruce down a road of conflict. We've always worked on the premise of that the Waynes did right and good for Gotham, and that Bruce was avenging their death by donning the mask. Instead here now we have an inner conflict within Bruce when he realizes his dad was just another criminal. Even the wonderful background story here with Oswald Cobblepot and Bruce Wayne actually growing up and being friends, and now Penguin almost acting as a sort of henchman to Lady Arkham. Not to mention the introduction here of John Doe, who clearly of course is meant to be the Joker. But here he's just a patient, albeit enigmatic, at Arkham Asylum, actually helping Bruce Wayne. And of course, I can't go without saying the fantastic sensual and sexual chemistry here between Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne. The will they, won't they dynamic is just brilliantly written and keeps you absolutely riveted and fascinated. Look, all in all, this is a very mature tale. It reinterprets the Batman folklore. It reinvents the mythos and creates a new, dynamic and introspective story that really kept me on the edge of my seat. Look, fundamentally this is a simple game. It's all about the choices that you make. And for me, that's what makes it fascinating. It's psychological. No, it's not full of action. You need quick reflexes and have to repeatedly push buttons in a sequential manner. But rather, it's all about choice and almost reenacts the way real life plays out in some strange, mysterious, yet plausible way. Yes, the enemy within is probably a stronger storyline, but I really felt this game sets the tone. It's one of those games that I played a few times. I can tell you, I definitely will be playing a few more. Batman, the Telltale series, gets a 9.5 out of 10.